Yeah. So, what's good? What's going on to everybody that you know catches this video when they catch it? Because I don't expect a lot of people to catch it right now. It's like 6:30 something in the morning. Do facts mean more than opinions? Yes. I titled it that because for some reason, a lot of people out there seem to think that their opinion means more than a fact. And because a bunch of people probably feel the same way, that means it definitely means more than facts do. But whatever, it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel, even though they're dead ass wrong. This video, because I hadn't done like a thorough one, and this isn't really thorough. It's just me just speaking on something in a little more detail, like how everybody else has done with a particular guy named Zack Snyder. Now, I don't have no issue saying it. Like, I'm a fan of the dude. I'm more of a fan from him. I'm more of a fan from him based on how when people they do something, they're doing something wrong, and it's like the more wrong that you do, the more you push somebody away from something. You know what I'm saying? Like in a relationship or whatever the case may be. And so for me, I didn't know the guy. I didn't know nothing about him when Man of Steel came out. Nothing. I don't pay attention to directors. Like I just don't do that. I just watch the movie, and if I like it, I like it. I don't. I go on to the next one. I'm not gonna sit here, cry, bitch, and complain, and feel like the world is over because a movie did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. And that's fine. It is what it is. A lot of people feel differently, and whatever. I want to go ahead though, and I want to say this. Matter of fact, I want to do this. So, James Gunn, let me make this perfectly clear. James Gunn he's a good director. He's put out some decent shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's nothing that I can sit back and say, man, dude is trash. And I'm not watching nothing he does. Everything he's done is trash. No, I'm not doing that. That's what Snyder haters do. It's like everything this man touches is just trash. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, man, however you feel, it is what it is. But do facts mean more than opinions? You goddamn right they do. And I'm going to prove it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, Warner Brothers brought back Henry Cavill. They brought him back to play Superman in Black Adam. The Rock did not bring him back. The Rock campaigned his ass off to bring him back. The Rock did not bring him back. Warner Brothers owns every bit of any superhero connected to DC or through DC. Warner Brothers owns every piece of it, all of it. They own it all. The Rock don't own anything that got to do with DC. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when Gunn was announced and everything went down the way that it did, he really didn't have too much to say other than being as pissed off as the fans were because he couldn't do nothing about it. So for everyone that was saying Black Adam is trash, the movie is garbage, this, that, and the third, let's break something down. It's the same thing fans did with Batman v Superman. Everybody is loving the movie. Everybody's loving the trailers. Nobody was dissing. The moment the last one came out, or at least the one was the last one the one with Doomsday? That one came out, all of a sudden, here we go. Boom. Worst movie ever. As soon as the movie comes out, it's literally garbage. It's trash. It's the worst thing on the planet. There's no movie worse than Batman v Superman. Okay, fine. The same thing happened with Black Adam. That man been campaigning for years. The Rock, man, and everybody's been waiting for it. Comic-Con shit, teaser trailers, everything just showing who he is when you know what I'm saying, he had the robe on and he's sitting here electrocuting people, and it's like, oh shit, man, this look good. I can't wait to see this joint. Then all of a sudden, I think the last trailer, now everybody wants to start crying, talking about it looks like a Marvel film. I thought that's what everybody wanted with DC movies. That's what everybody was crying about. Now it looks like a Marvel film, and because it looks like a Marvel film, it sucks. Well, it don't look like. I don't even understand what that means, but okay, fine, cool, whatever. Now, this is the part that kills me right here. So, let's bring up James Gunn, right? I'm not fucking with this dude. I don't give a damn what none of you people say. The reasons you have for not fucking with Zack Snyder are yours. That's fine. You're entitled to feel that way. Me, personally, not personally, well, yeah, me personally, how I feel, based on his actions, things that he has been fired for, I'm not fucking with Mr. PG Porn himself. That's his name to me. That's his AKA, you know what I'm saying, alias, whatever, right? Everybody wants to go ahead and say the nastiest shit possible when it comes to Snyder and his family and his daughter that died, everything under the sun, right? Nobody wants to strictly keep it movie related. They like to throw the movie part in. It's like it's as if that's a means to justify the other nasty shit that they gotta say. So I mean, it is what it is. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna keep doing it. I done told people this, man. I don't go on and on and on, constantly talking about the same type of content. I can't do that. It makes you look clingy. It makes you look immature. It makes it look like you have nothing else going on, to where it's like when you want to say something about somebody, you say the nastiest stuff possible because you have nothing else to say. You know what I mean? Me, Gunn, I don't understand you people, but see, I'm going to go ahead and just jump on him and kill it and be done with it. This dude is ridiculous. I don't understand what it is that makes him. But see, it's no, I do get it. It's Snyder. The hate that people have for him has elevated Gunn for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. It's like, wait a minute. So the man went on a nice little roll, 2-year run. He went on a 2-year. Well, first of all, hold up, because I already made it clear. So I'm gonna say it again. He's Mr. PG Porn to me. Well, what does that even mean? Well, back in 2008. From 2008 to 2009, this dude, along with his other brothers, did a show called PG Porn. Now, everybody with a brain knows what PG means. It's either someone's initials or it's associated with children, a rating for movies. Flat out, that's what PG means. He had a show called PG Porn. It lasted for 1 year, from 08 to 09. Okay, fine. It was shut down, whatever. You know what? Okay, cool. I can't keep the show going. So I'm going to take my PG Porn related material to social media for the next 2 years. So from 09 to 2011, this man put out tweet after goddamn tweet about anything that had to do with children and sexually related shit in every single one that he put down. Every tweet, somebody liked it, shared it, commented on it, and no one did a goddamn thing about it. Zack Snyder loses his daughter to suicide, and everybody wants to drag her name through the mud after it went down. Now, okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, cool. Okay, right. So you need to understand something. People need to understand. All you simple-minded people that are fans of this man, you do that. You keep pumping this man up. You keep pumping this unoriginal motherfucker up all you want to. That is fine by me. I do not care. You kept saying anyone but Snyder, anyone that can do these movies, please bring him, get him out of here. Okay, fine. People can say that. Do what you do. That's cool. With me, anybody but Gunn. As long as this man is at Warner Brothers and he's in control of DC movies, I will not be watching one DC film after the Flash movie comes out and after the next Aquaman movie comes out, because that was already being done before he got there. So he has nothing to do with that. After those two movies, I'm not watching a goddamn thing. Period. I don't care what it is. I don't give a damn if it's Superman or anybody else. You people want to sit here and support a man that did the shit that he did and then was even eventually fired by Marvel for it. Warner Brothers is so pathetic and desperate, they go grab this man. Let me tell you, this is where the shit gets good. Right here. This is the beautiful part to all this shit. As horrible as Snyder is supposed to be, check this shit out. Right? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share the screen. Right? Now, let me see here. What we got? Let's do a window. And what do I have up here? Let me see. Okay, yeah, hold on. So let me go ahead and just bring it up real quick. Now, here we go. Okay. Bet. Okay. Right? Now, as you can see, right, because everybody wants to brag about, what he's done and how good the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were. Okay, fine. Everybody wants to talk about how bad Black Adam was, the money that was used, the budget, right? How much the budget was, how much the movie made. But to stamp and approve how bad it was, they want to bring in marketing costs, promoting the movie, how many millions that was, used, and how many millions was used to do that, so on and so forth. Okay, fine. Bet, let's do that. Okay. So if you look on the screen, Suicide Squad from James Gunn back in 2021 had a budget of $185 million. $185 million. Do you know what movie came out the same year? The Snyder Cut. They both came out on HBO Max. Snyder's movie came out in March. What month did his come out? Guns? That movie came out. Let's see. 2021. I just need the dates. I don't remember the date. I had the date, but I just don't remember it. Okay, here we go. August 6th. Okay. The Snyder Cut came out in March. His movie, Gunn's movie, came out what? March, April, May, June, July, August. So it came out 5 months later. Okay. This is what he had for a budget. 185. The movie only did 171.7 million damn dollars. This dude lost $14 million doing his movie. He lost 14 million. He lost money. He couldn't even break even with the budget. Right? Okay. All right. No. Okay, I was gonna go to Brightburn next. I'll leave no, just you know what? Yeah, I'll use Brightburn for something else. The Snyder Cut. Let's go back. Where was it at? Okay, here we go. Down here below it, right? People also search for Suicide Squad 175. That was the first one that came out. Wonder Woman 84, 200 million. That was the budget for that. Zack Snyder's Justice League, $70 million. Zack Snyder's movie was he got 70 million to add another 2 and however many hours it was, 2.5 hours to the 2 hour movie that was already, you know what I'm saying? Like he just reshot some shit and then he did some new stuff, brought everybody back to do all that with $70 million. Okay, $70 million. It only tallied 230 million at the US box office. March 18th, 2021. Let's see here. And I just love how people, you know what I mean? They miss they're like these people, like you could just like, I don't understand what it is with this man. I don't get it. Since the Snyder Cut already made a 670 million, the 670 plus million profit on a 370 million budget, that's not this, that's not what they're talking about. That's not from the Snyder Cut. I don't understand what these, I don't get it. The Justice League movie that came out in theaters is the one that did 600 and something million. It had a $300 million budget. If I come back to Suicide Squad and the budget, you come down here and I tap on that, Zack Snyder's Justice League, come on down a little bit more. 70 million was spent to complete the visual effects, score, and editing, with new material being shot in October of 2020. October. The movie came out in March. And he made over 200 million for that. James Gunn had 185 million. Had 185 million as a budget for his movie, and only could do 171 million. And this is the guy that got a promotion and it gets to fire everybody else. Right? So I said one of the most unoriginal dudes. I mean what I say. And why I said that is because of this. Okay. I had up an article. Where was it at? Oh, you know what? It doesn't even really matter, to be honest. Brightburn. Brightburn is a 2019 American superhero horror film directed by David Yarovsky, written by Brian and Mark Gunn, and produced by James Gunn. Like I don't give a damn what role he has in the movie. From this point on, I don't give a damn because he's the head guy. You know what I'm saying? So as long as he's the head guy over at Warner Brothers / DC, whatever the fuck you want to call it, DC Studios, as long as he's over there, I ain't watching shit that comes out of there from DC, period. No, I'm not watching one damn movie. It is what it is. Now, that unoriginal part that I spoke on, Brightburn is a 2019 American superhero horror film. Okay. The budget was 612 million. He got 32.9 million from it. I'm telling you right now, that was Zack Snyder in place of him. Oh my God, it's one of the most epic failures of all time. One of the most epic failures of all time. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not tripping on that. But what I will say is this, though. That movie is not original. I didn't watch it. I don't have to. The reason why I'm saying that is this. The man took, and I guess other fans, certain fans don't seem to know, honestly, where the concept came from. It's not an original, oh, he took from Superman and that's his origin story. Yes, it is. Brightburn is Ultraman. Ultraman is part of a group called the Crime Syndicate. The Crime Syndicate is an evil version of the Justice League from a different verse. You understand what I'm saying? A different earth, different time, all that stuff. That's where he's from. That man, as a child, came to Earth the same way the boy did in Brightburn. Okay, all of a sudden, He started developing these powers like how Clark did. And you know what I'm saying, he was taken in from the same type of parents and all this stuff. As a child, he killed them. He burned up. From what I saw, I think it was some comic strip. Man, he burnt them alive, man. He killed them. Listen, he killed both of them and left. That's it. That's how that part of Ultraman's origin story. That's the boy's story from Brightburn. That's what he did. You understand what I'm saying? I don't. This is what kills me. This man is not even at he at this point when Brightburn came out. He's with Warner Brothers. Okay, so he's there, right? I saw an article from 2019 that said this man has not had this much fun writing the script, the Suicide Squad script, since Dawn of the Dead. That's when I found out that him and Snyder were on the same team and did that movie together, along with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really kind of is making this situation a little more effed up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's not my fault. And this is what it is. Gunn is mad at the fact that this man who's catching all of this heat from everybody did more with less. He did more with less. Gunn almost tripled Snyder's budget money. You know what I'm saying? Snyder had 70 million and only had a few months to get it done. Gunn had 185 million goddamn dollars from 2019 to 2021, and this dude could only do 171 million. Then everybody wants to start making excuses. COVID, everybody couldn't really go to the movies. Nobody really went to the movies to watch the Snyder Cut, and he still made more money than Gunn with less. I'm gonna play a video, right? So let me back out of this, and we're gonna do it just like this. Because I spoke on this a while ago, and it's like a lot of people just did not want to listen to it. So that's fine. It is what it is. We're gonna do it like this. Here we go. So let's go ahead and play it. Let me share it, and we're gonna run it. I still got some more games I gotta upload and all that stuff. So here we go. Share. Okay. Now, just listen to this, because this is going to help me get into the real effed up side of this damn company called Warner Brothers. There's some like really raggedy ass people, man. Like I don't understand this shit. I'm talking about the people that were there when Snyder was there and the new regime, air quotes regime now.
No. What I was going to say is that, like, look, when this movie came out, understand that Chris Terry and I had finished the script.
Pause. Right now, this is from this video, right? Zack Snyder talked about Justice League original Snyder Cut and Flash time travel. All right. The woman puts it in the description. Zack Snyder, the director's cut, Batman v Superman Q&A. That's what this is. So anything that you hear, anything talking about Justice League in this video was around the time Batman v Superman came out. That's what this video is from, basically. So let's just go back real quick, and now I'll go ahead and play it.
And I think it's in the movie. So yeah, so she was like, yeah, cool. And I think Hans is doing now Wonder Woman 84. So
yeah, see,
that's a good relationship. That's nice. So that's, I think, the best case scenario for how the whole thing could work. And as far as, listen, no. What I was going to say is that, like, look, when this movie came out, understand that Chris Terry and I had finished the script for Justice League before this movie came out, right?
Batman v Superman.
So that script was done. Movie
Done.
came out, and some people didn't like the movie. A vocal minority. and so I was asked by the studio to like say, hey, you can't. There's a lot of stuff we don't want you to do from that script. So we did a rewrite, right, of the script. So the original Justice League that Chris and I wrote, we didn't even shoot. I mean, there's a lot of it that we shot, but the actual idea, the hard idea, the scary idea, we never filmed because the studio was like, that's crazy. And we were so insecure at the time after this movie came out, we were just like...
Now, I'm playing that for this reason, right? You heard what he said. Justice League was done. The Snyder cut was done. Okay? When Batman v Superman came out, the Justice League was already finished. That's what he said in that video. Okay? You can hear how he's talking about it. It's half-ass funny, but it's pathetic at the same time. Because as a company, what I'm trying to understand is this. So you said, and you just heard them. They said it. Nah, this ain't gonna work. This is crazy. Why are they saying all that? Because they're going off of all the bitching and complaining that the people that don't like him was doing. As a company, you people are sitting here and catering to a demographic of people that do not even make up a vast majority of the people who don't like the movie. Period. Do facts mean more than opinions? Yes, they do. Your opinion is not turned into a fact because everybody else is siding with you or because of a bunch of people feel the same way. It's not a fact. How is it a fact? He has a fan base and he has a bunch of people who aren't really the fans of him in particular and like the movie also. Right? So that doesn't mean that, that does not mean, if let's just say the people who liked it is slightly smaller than the people that didn't, it still doesn't make it a fact. It makes it a fact for you. To you, how you feel is that way. I don't like this. This is what I think about it. It sucks, blah, blah, blah. And everybody else feels the same way. But guess what? Warner Brothers was wrong. They were wrong. Warner Brothers has been wrong since day one. Since day one. What do you mean day one? I mean Man of Steel. So, here we go. Boom. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. This is from, let's see here, October 6, 2010. Why Warner Brothers hired Zack Snyder to direct Superman, the Man of Steel, plus the film's logline revealed. Okay, Warner Brothers reportedly hired Zack Snyder to helm Superman, the Man of Steel because Snyder could work fast enough to get the film into production. Earlier this week, we reported that Zack Snyder has signed on to direct Superman, the Man of Steel. Vulture now reports the slightly unsettling news that Snyder was hired because Warner Brothers knew he could get the job done fast. They have been putting him in the worst positions since day one. Okay. Warner Brothers needs a Superman movie in production by 2011. Nobody told you guys to let Bryan Singer do Superman Returns the way that y'all did and then just let him go. That's because y'all didn't want to do a damn sequel. Why don't you want to do a sequel? Because obviously the movie didn't do that well. Okay, so it is what it is. All right. Warner Brothers needs a Superman movie production by 2011, and they'll be subject to potential lawsuits by the heirs of the character's creators. Damn. Really? Listen to this. Let me say that again. Warner Brothers needs a Superman movie in production by 2011, or they'll be subject to potential lawsuits by the heirs of the character's creators. Here's the really disconcerting line from Vulture's story. Okay, that like just so everybody can get a clear understanding of what it is. Warner Brothers has never had interest in letting Zack Snyder do what he truly wanted to do when they brought him in. He was brought in to rush a movie out because Warner Brothers didn't want to lose money via a lawsuit. Warner Brothers don't give a damn about Superman. They could care less. They could care less. Look at what they let Gunn do to Cavill. Right? So it's like, okay, it is what it is, right? Continue. We're told by knowledgeable insiders the reason Warner Brothers picked Snyder for Man of Steel is that the script is rushed. It's still a bit of a mess, and that Warner Brothers needs someone who won't spend months or even years trying to get it just right. Warner Brothers is like one of the most despicable companies in entertainment today, in the entertainment industry, in the movie industry, period. Like, he was brought in to rush a movie out. It did what it did. Cool. It wasn't a. It was a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, even people that don't even really like Snyder say that Man of Steel was good. Could have been better. Blah blah blah. But it was good. Okay. But he still had the haters though. And these people were not happy he was going to be doing Batman v Superman. But he was. And then, as you heard in the panel, he said it. Batman v Superman came out. By the time the movie came out, Justice League was already done. They said, no. You need to go rewrite this. This is not going to work based on the attention that he got from Batman v Superman. All that hell that he caught is the reason why the Snyder cut was literally cut. Okay? That's what we were supposed to get. We were supposed to get the movie that did what it did in 2021 with a $70 million budget and made over 200 and something million dollars. Still, it was the number one movie on HBO Max, the number one movie in the country, the number one movie in the world, the number one DVD sold, and everything under the sun. It was number one. And they didn't want him. Listen, check this out now. His fans are the reason why that came out. I don't give a fuck what Warner Brothers said, why they said yes or no. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? They were made to look like dumbasses. You didn't want the movie to come out the way that it was originally written because fans were crying about him. So you catered to a group of fans that basically was like, no, tell him. It's like they were already chatting with fans behind the scenes. No. Go tell him to rewrite that shit. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. No. That gotta go. Go tell him to rewrite all that, right? And then the icing on the cake, if you will, right? Like the bomb that they dropped, like that just destroyed everything. You tell him to rewrite the script. He rewrites it. They shoot it. He said it. We shot what we needed to shoot, but we weren't able to shoot what the Snyder cut came out on HBO Max to be. Like, that's not what they did. His daughter committed suicide. She's gone. Right? He then comes out at a certain point in time. I think it was after. And I think he spoke on it too before when when he officially left, you know what I'm saying, left the movie. He said that happened and I didn't tell nobody, period. I didn't tell no one. I didn't want to. I didn't want it to be out there like that. All I wanted to do was finish this movie up and go home to my family. That's all I wanted. That's all he wanted to do. Guess what? Somebody leaked out the information. Who the fuck told? Because he told everyone that he didn't tell anyone. And then he just left. And we didn't hear from him at not a word, nothing. Right? As he's walking out the door, behind his back, as he's walking away from the movie, Warner Brothers then gives Whedon the right, punk ass Joss Whedon, the guy that ain't nobody heard from since, the green light and the money to reshoot the movie they already told Snyder to rewrite in the first damn place. And then he made it worse. He made it worse. He did that. Warner Brothers okayed that ugly ass bizarro intro to Justice League when it came out in theaters. That blocky ass face that Cavill had, they okayed that. They told him to rewrite the movie that everyone ended up loving on HBO Max, and then okayed that intro and the rest of the movie that we saw in theaters, including his face. You mean to tell me that Snyder, with his $70 million, made, well, obviously, stuff was reshot, right? But if you look at the scene where he's at the farm with his mom and Lois, was that reshot? Obviously, it had to be. It was either reshot or edited again, right? Either way it goes, you saw the time and the effort that was taken to put out the movie and edit it right and shoot everything right the way that it was for it to be a successful movie with $70 million and only so many months to do it. That's what we got. Warner Brothers had hundreds of millions of dollars invested in that movie, and that's the bullshit that we got when it came out in theater. This doesn't make any sense. And then this is the same company that wants to make The Rock look bad. Everybody running around talking about The Rock is the reason why Cavill was fired. He was trying to use him to hype up the movie and this, that, and the third. What did I say earlier in the video about how these people love to wait until the movie gets ready to come out and then they just start running their mouths talking about a bunch of BS that they weren't saying before? The Rock wasn't even mentioning him, hinting that he was going to be in the movie until like maybe weeks before the movie came out. Right? That's when everybody knew. So what I'm not understanding is when Gunn was announced as the head of DC Studios after Black Adam came out, what I don't seem to understand is this. When they brought him back, when he came back to do that role in 2021, I was not in control over anything. The position wasn't there. There was no head of DC Studios. There was no DC Studios. Nothing. Gunn said it. I had nothing to do with that. Which means what? Warner Brothers did. Because when Shazam came out and we saw that little cameo of Superman at the end, you know what I'm saying? Like the post-credit stuff or whatever. And we didn't see his face. You mean to tell me that the director wanted to put Superman in the movie and not show his face? Because Cavill wasn't there. Cavill wasn't coming back. So that's what they did. Warner Brothers basically said we're going to tease the fans by putting in the guy, right? The stand-in, the fill-in of the guy who is not coming back. And we're going to put that person in his suit. Damn. Really? That's what you did. So you mean to tell me that's what the director of Shazam wanted? He knew this. Come on now, really? He knew this. That man wasn't there. He wasn't there. So I'm going to put the man in the movie who doesn't work here anymore in his suit to show you guys, yeah, there's a Superman Shazam connection. But then when Black Adam comes out, the cameo that we see is him in the real suit actually speaking. And Warner Brothers has nothing to do with it. Really? What did I say about Warner Brothers owning all of DC's material? So if something is going to be used, they have to give it the okay. If they don't give it the okay, it's not going to happen. Again, the Peacemaker. Wait, when that show came out, I saw that little part in one of the episodes where they had the silhouettes of all the Justice League characters, and you only saw the silhouettes of the people whose movies all of a sudden now are not coming out. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it? Right? Peacemaker was before Black Adam now. Right? So listen to the connections. Shazam director has a cameo of Superman without Cavill's face, but the suit too. So you have the suit and no face. The suit and no face. Okay, that's Shazam. We're doing the timeline here. Shit is in order. That's first. After that is when the Peacemaker thing came out, right? Later on. I'm not talking about like the same year and stuff. I'm just talking about in order here. So next comes out the Peacemaker thing. That's when that scene in the movie, I mean, not in the movie, in the show, shows Justice League characters whose movies are not even coming out now. You know who was actually in it? Ezra and Momoa. Wow, how convincing! I mean, how convincing? How that was just about bullshit. The writing was on the wall right there. No Cyborg movie is coming out. No Superman sequels coming out. No Wonder Woman movie is coming out. Come on, man. Like, what is this? What is this? What? Oh, yeah, and Batman. We already saw what happened with that. We got the Batman. So every person who was in that scene that was blacked out are not here. The only two still here whose movies are coming out are The Flash and Aquaman. Look, I mean, man, this isn't hard to figure out. It's not hard to figure out. You know what I mean? Listen, my channel is taking a different turn. Like, am I still going to like touch on, you know what I'm saying? Just mess with like Superman stuff, make Superman stuff and do little videos and, you know, little wannabe trailers and stuff like that. Yeah. Am I going to use whoever plays Superman from now on? No, I'm not. So whoever the person is, I'm not hating on them, and I'm not going to be like all them other crybaby ass, clown ass fans that was shitting all over Snyder. I'm not going to sit here and hate on people that I don't even know. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect people just because, you know, they're doing something that, you know, is you know, considered to be a replacement of somebody else. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. But, you know, it is what it is. To each his own. Everybody's different. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel and do what they do. The bottom line is this, right? The Rock is not responsible for getting this man fired. How many times have I heard that since the movie came out? And here's the funny thing about it. Black Adam, trash, god awful, worst movie ever. Here we go once again. It's rinse and repeat. These people say the same crap every single time. First, it was Batman v Superman. It's the worst movie of all time. Now here comes Black Adam, worst movie of all time. Okay, I mean, just understand where I'm coming from. The unoriginality when it comes from the people who hate is ridiculous. In connection to And is it in connection to the guy that they love, like, support, want to put up on a pedestal, who's unoriginal as well. You do a movie called Brightbird, you take the concept from a DC film, but not only do you take it, not from a DC film, excuse me, from a DC character, but not only do you take it from a DC character, you think you're slick, and other people are not going to pick up on the fact that your Superman, your wannabe Superman horror movie, came from another character in DC called Ultraman, who did the same thing to his parents in the comics that this kid did to his parents in the movie. The kid in the movie, he killed his parents. The kid in the comic, he killed his parents. Wow, that is really fucking original, man. Oh my goodness. I never would have really, like, come on, man. So you sit here, this is what kills me. So, and not only did you do that, your unoriginal ass puts out that movie. You had a $6 to $12 million budget, only did 30-something million dollars. Zack Snyder, who everything he did from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman to Justice League are all original works. Like, this is his story that he's creating with the necessary characters that have to be plugged into the roles, obviously. But everything that he was doing was original, and it's the worst shit on the planet. The guy that's unoriginal puts out the best shit possible, but is not the best shit possible. How in the hell I don't understand this? Can somebody explain to me how? Let's just say, let's just do it like this, right? So a man or a woman, doesn't matter who, comes to be a millionaire one day, right? And their net worth is $600 million. And obviously, obviously, they made the money off good, you know what I'm saying, good and great business deals, ventures, you know what I'm saying, different little things they do. They've made all this money. Can somebody tell me that, okay, by them doing that, that means that they're a failure? You see how that doesn't make sense? How in the hell does somebody accumulate all of that money by being a failure? You suck. Your business model, your blueprints, everything that you've done, all these different ventures, clothing possibly, uh, 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 restaurants, maybe a production studio, whatever it is, right? All these things that you've been a part of that have brought in this much money for you. How is that a failure? How is it a failure? Are you going to say then, man, that money don't matter, man. That person that they still put out a whole bunch of shit that I don't like. That's not like that doesn't even make sense, man. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for the movies though. Zack Snyder has only been directing since 2004. That man has brought in over $3 billion in box office sales. 3 billion. 3 billion. Him and Gunn have been basically almost directing since the same time, right? Gunn only has two billion and something. Yes, only. No, I'm not making it sound like it ain't nothing. I'm just saying, in comparison, Zack Snyder sucks. He has over $3 billion. No, the money don't matter. We don't like the shit. It sucks. We don't like his vision. He don't know how to portray characters correctly. This, that, and the third. He doesn't know how to use the source material right. He doesn't know how to do any of these things. Yet he's brought in $3 billion goddamn dollars. Right? The guy that everybody wants to love, Mr. PG Porn himself. His last two movies are a joke. The first one, Brightburn, is unoriginal as fuck. I just broke that part down. It is what it is. And now he wants to come over to DC, write a Jesus Christ. He wants to do a reboot for Superman. Listen to how he wants to do it. This man. No, he's not going to the origin story because his origin story already came from Brightburn. Listen, I'm not insinuating that he's going to do this weird ass continuation of Brightburn. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's the unoriginal part that makes no sense. You did it taking concepts from DC turning it into something that benefits you. You didn't make a whole lot of money off the shit any goddamn way. You didn't come over to Warner Brothers. You put out Suicide Squad in 2021. The company gave you 185 million goddamn dollars. You only made 171 million. You lost 14 million dollars and you got a promotion. You got a promotion. We live in a what have you done for me lately society. People, please don't start acting like that doesn't exist anymore. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Everybody keeps shitting on Snyder, talking about everything he did previously. Look at all these movies that suck and all this other shit. Why don't y'all do that with him? He lost money. Snyder didn't lose $1 while working with Warner Brothers. He didn't lose shit and then ended up losing his job and his movie being sabotaged. After his daughter dies, his movie is sabotaged by the company that did not want him to put out the original Snyder Cut script when he presented it to him because the fans wouldn't like it. So no, we can't have that because we don't want to repeat a Batman v Superman. No, we don't. Listen, instead of letting you go and letting somebody else do it, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to you present the script. We're going to tell you we don't like it because we're catering to a particular demographic of people who do not like you. That's what they did. So they did that. So you go rewrite it. You do what you do. Your daughter dies, right? You're telling the world, I didn't tell nobody. I didn't want to. It's already hurting them enough. I just want to hurry up and go home. Then the public found out about it. That's why he left. How did they find out when he told everyone, I didn't tell nobody shit? Who told? Really? Like, come on, man. Like, this is stupid. I'm laying out facts here, man. Man of Steel wasn't even finished, but they hired him because they needed a Superman movie in production so they wouldn't get a lawsuit from the heirs of the creators of the Superman character. They were facing a potential lawsuit if they didn't hurry up and get the movie out. But then they blamed Snyder for it not doing well when it came out. That's strike one right there, right? Strike two, Batman v Superman. They had their hands all over that shit, right? Proof, because they said it, right? Snyder didn't take out, when the Ultimate Edition DVD came out, it was full of extra footage, over 30 minutes, that was not in the theatrical version. He didn't take it out. Warner Brothers did that. They even admitted to it. The fans were shitting on him until the DVD came out. When the DVD came out and they found out that Warner Brothers did that, oh man, people literally apologized to the man. But that's strike two right there. They got their hands in this shit again. Strike three is Justice League. Now that was just some punk ass shit. That was like some devilish shit that they did. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell me to rewrite something that you know certain people are not gonna like. So that means that you don't give a damn about the people that might like it. Yeah, rewrite that script because we know everybody's going to love the original script. Yeah, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Really? Yeah, rewrite that because everybody's going to love the original. Go ahead and rewrite it. Like, yo, man, come on, man. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean, man? Like, it is what it is, man. But what makes it bad, though, for real, and what makes them look horrible is both times the older execs that allowed Joss Whedon to reshoot the movie that Snyder was already shooting, what makes the situation so bad is this man's daughter died, right? They didn't even come to his defense. There were no condolences. They were no nothing. They just let all these fans shit all over that girl, that young woman, excuse me, she was grown, right? But they let them do that. When the Snyder Cut came out and his fans had stuff to say that did not have anything to do with nobody dying, the executive from Warner Brothers got on his fans. They got on his fans. But you didn't say nothing when people was disrespecting his daughter that just died. Yeah, she probably killed herself because she couldn't stand watching his movies either. They were saying some of the most fucked up shit possible. This is the company that hired a man that talked about sex and children for 2 years straight and said nothing about it until it was finally exposed. You did PG porn for 1 year. So for a 3 year period, anything that had to do with something that was connected, at least connected to children, nobody said a word about. No one. But you're going to get a man's daughter that's dead. You know what I mean? But let me finish the part where I said what really makes this messed up, right? A charity event recently was supposed to be taking place. I didn't really read too much into it. I just remembered the story because I put it up on my Facebook page. Somebody was putting together a suicide prevention charity event, and wanted to show the Snyder Cut at the event. Warner Brothers blocked it. Really? So you didn't give a damn when she died. The older execs didn't give a damn when she died, and the new execs don't give a damn about suicide prevention because they own it, and we don't have to let people use it because it belongs to us. Just because it's a one-off situation and they just want to use it, that doesn't mean the company needs to let them do it. And it's like, wait a minute. So you can block something that's that serious, but when this man was being harassed every goddamn day of the fucking week, month, and year, they said nothing about it. They actually fed into it, made it worse, and then capped it off with, yeah, go ahead and reshoot this man's movie that we told him to rewrite and make it look worse than what it is now. At that time, make it look worse than it does now. Go ahead and do that. The man that did that shit did what they told him to do. He reshot it. They gave him the money for it. And then when the movie came out, that motherfucker was gone. He's over at Marvel red carpet premieres for Endgame. No, Infinity War. Damn. Really? Like what like this, you know what I'm saying? So look, man. If anyone out there wants to be a fan of James Gunn, Mr. PG Porn himself, if you want to be a fan of him, you go right ahead and be one. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna try to stop you. I'm not gonna try. Listen, I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything to change their stance on how they feel about something. That's not what this video is about. It's 57 minutes and 30 seconds. It shouldn't even been going this long. I'm pretty sure I did some rambling in it. Whatever, I don't care. You know what I mean? I had to say enough of what I said and show people that here are the facts that mean more than your dumbass opinions. Period. You want to get on the rock talking about Black Adam was a flop, it bricked, it was horrible, it was a god-awful mess. That was the worst superhero character DC has messed with since Snyder started. So the way that it started was they didn't give a damn about originality and making sure it was done properly. If that was the case, because I just said it, the heirs to the creators of the people who created Superman, they would have been petitionally suing them in 2011. So they had to hurry up and rush it. Do you think they told anybody that when it went down? Do you think that when Snyder was catching all the heat about how bad the movie was, do you think Warner Brothers defended him? No, they didn't. No, they did not. And they did the same thing in Batman v Superman. All that heat that he got for that movie being the worst movie of all time, Justice League was already done. Took it to the execs. The execs said, no. You got to rewrite that. We don't want the same attention that Batman v Superman got. So you need to go rewrite that. And then when you do rewrite it and your daughter dies when you leave, we're going to reshoot the movie we told you to rewrite, and then we're going to make it look worse. And then we're not going to bring you back. We're just going to move on. Where the fuck do you think the Snyder Cut came from? Come on, man. Like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Joss Whedon, bitch. James Gunn, a bitch times whatever number you want to use to the 10th goddamn power. Like, just keep multiplying it. That's how much of a bitch he is. Because he's using, you know what I'm saying, indirectly, because the words never came out of his mouth. Indirectly, under some, like, just some low down shit, He's mad. His feelings are hurt. How in the hell does a man that has $70 million and not even a full year to get his movie done made more money than my budget? My budget was $185 million. Snyder's was 70. The man made over 200 million. Gunn couldn't even break even. He lost $14 million damn dollars. And they gave him a promotion and fired the people who made Warner Brothers look like dumbasses. Basically, that's what happened. That silhouette shit in the Peacemaker, how coincidental is it that the people who were blacked out in that Peacemaker scene are the ones whose movies are not coming out? No Superman, no Batman, no Wonder Woman, no Cyborg. And when I say Batman, I'm talking about Ben Affleck, right? None of them people have their movies coming out. Solo, first one, or sequel. None of them. They got rid of Patty Jenkins. She's gone. She said it. I was down with whatever they wanted me to do, but they kept saying that no, she was bucking back. So, she's gone now. She was like, no, that's not what happened. I was down to do whatever it was they wanted me to do. They just they just fired her. Or I think she left. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I guess money is not the issue, hatred is the issue. Lying is being flat out disrespectful, not being considerate of others and the things that they've dealt with and are going through. None of these things matter. None. Zack Snyder showed everybody this is what happens when you're actually able to follow through with something that you created, that people want to see. He's the epitome of that. But the people who don't like him, the Snyder Cut was the worst thing that ever happened in cinema because no other director ever had the ability to make a movie. It didn't do well. And then he was able to do, I guess, the version of the movie that didn't do well. No one's ever done that. Like, he was the first one to do it. And people are mad that that happened. They're mad at his fans for protesting. You know what I'm saying? They're mad at that. They're mad at the fact the man got a second chance to do his movie and made Warner Brothers look like dumbasses for the shit that they said years prior to Justice League coming out in theaters. He made them look like dumbasses, flat out. It wasn't going to work. Remember, if it wasn't going to work, then how did a movie with a $70 million budget make more money than the guy who had $185 million? How? It ain't about the money. It's not about the money. What the fuck is it about then? What is it about? Justice League, the Snyder Cut is better than the original one. It is. Facts. It's better. It looks better. That mustache shit that Superman was having in the first one, you don't see one piece of that in the Snyder Cut. Why? Because he took the time to make sure that all that shit was gone. Period. None of that crap was in there. With 70 million. The hundreds that Warner Brothers put up for the budget, you guys couldn't do what Snyder did with $70 million? Are you kidding me? What does that tell you? What does it tell you? So at the end of the day, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably just going to be the one video that I do where I speak up on how I feel about something, shit that's going on for real, my opinion, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. And I'm not going to sit here and just keep going at Gunn. Like, I'm not going to do it. The only reason that I would have to do it is if I'm actually watching the movies that he do, and I can go ahead and review them and trash every single movie like with Snyder. I could do that. How does that benefit me? It may bring in fans that love what I'm talking about, but it's not about that. I don't give a damn who don't like it. That's not my problem. That's not my... Listen, do you think for 1 second anybody on YouTube gets on YouTube worrying about who don't like their shit? And they're focused on the people who don't like them over the people who subscribe to their channel and actually like what they do. Do you think that That's how they're handling their business. Restaurateurs, people love the shit. But the ones that do the bad reviews and always writing something on the internet, do you think for 1 second that them people are focusing on those people or the ones that are actually keeping his business going? I'm going to focus on the people who don't want to spend money on me so I can lose or like just completely fuck up my job. Right? Just lose my restaurant because I don't give a damn what the people who like me have to say. I'm focusing on the ones that don't like me, never will, won't spend money on my shit, nothing. I got to focus on them so I can lose my business. That's what I have to do. I mean, it is what it is. Am I ever not like am I not ever going to make another video about Gunn? No, I'm not saying that. But my consistency talking about him is going to be in another galaxy in comparison to the people who talk shit about Snyder. I'm not going to do that. That's just flat out pathetic. What mature individual does shit like that? Why? What do I have to gain by mimicking hating ass people? Not a goddamn thing. Been there, done that. I don't have time for that shit. I'm doing what I do. And I'm only focusing on the people who actually put the view on my video. So it's like, even if it's like the smallest number on the planet, it's just 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm focusing on them. Now, somebody could say, well, you focusing on them is the reason why you have the numbers that you have. True, that could be possible. But since Christmas, right? I've made more. I've had more views on my channel since then, right? Like right now in my studio, it says within the last 28 days, I've made over 7,000 views. I haven't done that much in years. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I just really couldn't. I couldn't really think of anything that would actually stick, right? But whatever. I've had an increase in subscribers. I've had an increase in views, right? So, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Somebody's going to complain about it possibly one day, some dumbass, or maybe nobody will. I hope not. But if it happens, it happens. Do you think I'm going to focus on them or the people who actually watch my stuff? You want progress. You want to progress. There is no such thing as progression when you're focused on people who mean to fuck up that, progression. They don't want to see you do better than what you were doing before. They don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even sit here and say shit like that about people I don't fuck with no more. It's like, if I have a valid reason for not doing it, I'm not gonna sit here and wish all types of failures on the person or the people. Come on, man. Who does that shit? Immature, clown ass motherfuckers that call themselves trolls, haters. Those are the people that do that. I don't do that. I've never done it and I'm not going to. So to end this off, yes, I am. I started it out that way, really. I'm ending it that way. I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I don't give a. I've been one, but you know what? Let me end it with this. Actually, Man of Steel means a hell of a lot more to me than just the average person that liked the movie, because that was 2013, right? So you know what? Real quick, let me look up something real quick. Hold up. It's gonna be in Facebook. 1 second. I'd have to look up one set of numbers. Hold up. All right. Let me look up. Should be right here. Because like that year was bad. And I want to say what took place was at the end of May or not. I just can't remember. Like I know it's like March, April, or May, one of the three. But hold up, let's see. Yeah, okay. So Man of Steel came out in June. Okay. That year, I'm looking at it, right? Robbed and Assaulted, May 31st, 2013. Right? So yeah, like that movie means a whole hell of a lot more to me than, like I said, the casual fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn what anybody else got to say. Like, to be perfectly honest, just based on what I just said, it don't sound that serious. Man, motherfucker could have killed me the night that shit went down. And I'm not sitting here over exaggerating or making anything up, right? Honestly, I shouldn't have made it to Man of Steel. I shouldn't have, like, that night. I should have just been, you know what I'm saying, killed that night. I would have been able to do shit afterwards. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I couldn't walk. I had a broken hand, a chest contusion, lacerations, and severe swelling with a laceration on top of that behind my knee. This is weeks before Man of Steel came out. And my glasses were destroyed, right? The kind of glasses you wear when you take them off, you blind as fuck. Like, not blind, but I'm just saying everything blurry as hell, right? My dad had to give me his old pair of glasses so I was able to go see the movie Man of Steel. In pain too, mind you. Walking slow as hell. I was so damn slow that it didn't make no sense. But it is what it is. Like, I don't think a lot of his fans seem to understand that. Yeah, I support him what he do, and everyone else does too. But everybody has not been through what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you're lesser or greater than. It's just, okay, it is what it is. That movie means more to me than any other movie that he put out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that. My personal shit doesn't really have anything to do with why I feel the way that I do or why other people feel the way they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it is what it is. Like, that's my story. That's my little thing that I just told y'all about, right? And that's another thing too. I never even spoke on this type of shit at all. I never came on here and said one thing that personal about me since um no, since like 2017, 18. Because the shit that I dealt with at the end of 2020, 2021, with all these dudes and people that was coming at me being all extra, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful and dissing the family and all that, right? Like, nothing like that took place since 17, 18, one of those years. The motherfuckers that did what they did that during that timeline are the same. It's the same type of shit that other dudes were doing years before them. The same thing. And talking about two different communities here. I'm talking about around a bunch of dudes that edit videos and audio and all that shit. And then I'm talking about people who like fake black conscious motherfucking people. You know what I'm saying? Like, really front like they for black people and shit, but all they do is diss people every damn day. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was able to handle that stuff so easily. And it is what it is. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I got everything off my chest I needed to say. Hopefully it's not too, I don't know, just unappealing, you know what I'm saying, listen to and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, excuse me. I hope it's, hope everybody listens to it and, takes in what I gotta say. And if not, it is what it is. So with that being said, appreciate who was watching, and appreciate who watches it later. Until next time, I am gone.